body look awesome? Does my body look awesome?
Yeah, awesome is the word I'd use to
It
describe
looks like you.
Everybody's frozen on my screen.
That's never
What's going
happened
on?
to you?
Did me taking my shirt off destroy everything?
That
No.
might quite possibly. No, I'm back. You're back. You're all back.
I love Toxic Avenger.
I do too.
Stay golden.
Yeah,
Trauma Vision.
All right, I'm gonna throw out a random old movie. Doug's probably seen it. I don't know if either of the other two of you would. Has anyone other than me and Doug seen Class of Nukem High?
Of course.
John?
It sounds familiar to me. I'm sure I have. I watched a lot of TV as a child.
One thing you're forgetting, Bob, is I grew up with Doug.
Oh, I know you did, but I just don't. I don't know the age difference. So Class of Nukem High came out when I was in fucking middle school.
Class of Nukem High came out before I was born. It was
Yeah.
78, I think 79.
Oh damn! Well, I saw it in middle school then. So
I think, let me look it up. It's gonna drive Bob.
yo,
It's 1986.
You're close.
wow.
In the history of human beings,
I was
mean, you're fucking spot on.
So I got a question for you guys. Would you rather have sex with Meg Ryan, Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson and Meg Ryan back in the 80s, 70s, or now?
I was just gonna say Meg Ryan Top Gun or Meg Ryan Sleepless in Seattle.
Have you fucking seen Meg Ryan lately, man? Look like a melted candle, like one of those tapered candles that just.
Meg Ryan now or Jack Nicholson in Easy Rider?
Jack Nicholson, Easy Rider.
Jack Nicholson, Easy Rider, absolutely.
I'm on a big Sons of Anarchy binge right now, so I'm all about the biker boys.
I'm not really attracted to either one.
Oh, nice.
So I'll sit this one out.
You can't.
Have you seen all of Sons of Anarchy, Paul?
You can't do that. You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Yeah.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
I'll fuck another man. I won't kiss him. That shit's gay. What'd you ask me, John?
Have you seen all of Sons of Anarchy, or are you watching it for the first time?
No, multiple times. This is probably my seventh rewatch.
Multiple times. Oh, you should have rewatched. All right, man. How do you feel about Mayans? Have you watched Mayans?
I have not. That I have not seen, and I am gonna watch it after this. Doug told me he's like, as soon as you're done, fucking watch Mayans. And that's funny. I was at Doug's place today, and we had a conversation.
I really enjoy Mayans as well.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't at first. It took a little while to grow on me, but now I sit alone in my bedroom, staring at the ceiling at night, going, when the great Kurt Sutter will I get season 3 of Mayans? Because goddamn, that storyline he's got spinning right now is great. It is so fucking good.
Is Kurt Sutter the lead writer?
Sons of Anarchy was predictable because it was basically fucking Hamlet. And if you're a sophisticated cocksucker like I am, you know you're Shakespeare. It just happens. So everything that happens in Sons of Anarchy was fucking predictable. However, Mayans is its own fucking animal. When I say animal, I mean like a goddamn dirty armadillo in Mexico, fucking dirty. And I like it. I like it a lot.
So I was at Doug's place today, and
I don't know what Bob. Bob wants to talk about Buckethead or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah,
the name of this album is You Can't Triple Stamp It, Double Stamp.
John, I'm curious your opinion because I went to Doug's place today and we had a conversation because we were talking Sons of Anarchy, and I told him I would put season 3 of Sons of Anarchy up against any season of any television show.
What the fuck is that?
And I truly think Sons of Anarchy season 3 might be the best season of a television show ever.
Bob, it sounds like you're in the haunted mansion at Disney World.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
That's Abel gets kidnapped. They go to Ireland.
Like a retard.
I did not like that
season. Ooh, I hate that season.
It's also the culmination of the ATF storyline.
I like that season.
With Agent Stahl.
I like the way that season ends. Also, is that the season where they killed the FBI chick?
Yeah, the ATF agent
Is
Stall.
that the season where they killed the
Yep.
the ATF season Stall? That's the season where they kill Stall.
Yeah.
Here's a little fun fucking Easter egg in that episode. And they're riding in the school bus, either before or after they kill her. Chibs is drinking a fucking kid's juice box.
Yep.
It has the Jameson whiskey logo on it. And every time I watched that episode, that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. Why is Jameson not selling fucking juice boxes of whiskey? That is fucking brilliant. Yeah, that season starts off great. It ends great. The shit in Ireland, though, is very fucking boring to me. And I feel like it doesn't relate to anything else going on really in that universe.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Jax almost fucked his sister.
Gets all the fucking letters from his fucking dad, dumbass. He gets all of fucking JT's original letters. That's how he learns everything, you dope.
You know what? And JT was a fucking pussy.
You know what? Everything you fucking like sucks.
Yeah. So when we make points, we have to look up slightly, but still at the camera. On a separate note, just
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you. That touched the nerve with me harder than the fucking Capitol shit, man.
Wow, really? Oh my god! In fact, when I go back to rewatch Sons of Anarchy, guess what season I skipped? Fucking boring. I'd rather watch fucking paint dry.
I'll skip a load across your mom's face.
And they're talking, they're kind of hitting it off, and they're drinking. And the guy goes, "Oh my god, I'm so rude. I even asked you what your name is yet." And she goes, "My name's Carmen." And he goes, "Oh, that's a nice name." And then she goes, "That's not really my name. I just like cars and I like men." He goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Beer fuck." Look at you all with your posture and your chairs. You fucking conformist.
Yeah, my back is conforming upright, you fucking knuckle dragger.
Those things will kill you.
Man, remember last week's episode when it was really good and funny, and then it got kind of tense, and then it ended up funny? This week's episode is not that so far.
From the editor's perspective, I actually liked episode 3 better than episode 2.
You're insane. I listened to episode twice while driving around at work, and I laughed my ass off at myself and, of course, everybody else. But I rolled around listening to myself being like, "Yeah, watch out, Joe Rogan. I'm coming for you, fucker. I got this." I thought episode 2 was great.
Best part of it was me. It was all me.
I just picture John rolling around in that white van. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Please zip that back up.
I will still put up the best moment in our history is John's Ray Liotta Goodfellas Chantex rant. I literally still go back and just watch that 45 seconds over and over and over.
If I promoted episode 2 on my Facebook, my friend Kyle, who's like this hardcore punk rock dude in suburbs of Chicago, he just commented, "You used to call that rock and roll," when you were talking about the musician banging the underage chick. And I was like, when I was young, we used to call that rock and roll. So
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the bang part, it was the violence part that was the issue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you started off with the sex.
Well, I had to kind of set it up, otherwise it didn't make sense.
Yeah, maybe.
So what's the youngest person you would actually sleep with, John?
when I was 20 years old,
No. Right now.
Elizabeth was 16.
Right now, what is the youngest person you would sleep with?
To quote MC Chris, I love all the ladies as long as they 18.
Doug, your mic's muted.
Doug muted the Still muted.
No, he had something really good too. I can tell by the look on his face.
I know. I can tell his money is still muted. He doesn't know what he's doing. Look at him. Look at him.
Dance, monkey,
still
dance.
Still muted, Doug. There we go.
And I know whatever he was gonna say was gold, dude. He was right there in that moment, and it's nothing.
You're back.
Fucking piece of shit. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
So, can we please start a Patreon? Because we need to get some listeners, and I really need.
Sure. Go ahead, create one, you lazy fuck. We created everything else.
Listen here, I fucking work. Oh, there it was. That was the first one. Do you guys ever listen to Bus Driver or No Can Do, the hip hop artists? No Can Do has one of my favorite verses in hip hop. You ready for it? He goes, "You don't." And he's black, to put this in perspective.
So it makes it okay.
You don't. My name is Tony. He says, "You don't like me yelling all types of."
You fucking asshole! Oh.
You don't like me yelling all types of. I'm vibing with you all like Michael Richards. And that's the verse. It's one of my favorite verses in hip hop. It's great.
Oh my god.
Doug's having a heart attack.
By
the way, Paul, this is all being cut out, by the way.
Oh, no. That will be the title.
Fuck that. Paul, keep it in for what I just had to do with my fucking computer. Fuck him. Keep it in. Fucking asshole.
It looks like
he's Doug masturbating right now.
He's jerking a dude off. It looks like it's like
Doug, it's a computer. Stop trying to put your dick in it.
Fucking asshole. I literally spit water everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning my computer. His name is Tony.
Glad you guys are enjoying yourselves.
So I'm having a conversation with
How
Doug
about
earlier,
the album? Sorry.
And
Probably
I said,
about
Doug,
that dude's sneakers. Whatever.
Hey, shut up, Michael Bolton.
And I said, Doug, keep an eye on your mailbox. I got something coming in the mail for you. And Doug's first thing he says out of his mouth, "You better not have fucking bought my fleshlight."
And secretly he was thinking, I really hope Bob bought me a fresh fleshlight.
I really hope Bob bought me a fleshlight.
I gotta say, 2021 shaping up to be a killer fucking year for me. I got promoted again, and I'm getting a puppy.
I know you like wrestling history.
Yep.
What era? God damn it! What era?
1996. 1996. And that's not NWO. That's pre-NWO. That's NWO. That's 97.
What type of puppy are you?
Golden Retriever. We're a pretty big golden family. Retrievers, showers, guns.
Not a big fan of golden showers.
I'm just kidding, yeah.
Yeah, when the pandemic hit, like I was told at work to only work 4 hours a day, so my boss and I would work from 6 to 10. I would drive out to Paul's camp, get on the four-wheeler. There's this like private little beach that connects to was it a dam, Paul?
No, it's Lake Michigami.
Oh, Lake Michigami. It's this private little beach out in the back in these trails where our Uncle Earl, his ashes were laid to rest. My dad, it was his favorite spot. They went fishing there.
He deer hunted right there too.
Yeah, it was the place he called heaven on earth. And him and my dad spent a lot of time out there. When he passed away, it was his wish to have my dad spread some of his ashes out in that beach. And this summer was so beautiful, and I had literally nothing to do. After work at 10 in the morning, I would just go literally every fucking day. I took the 4-wheeler and would swim for 3 or 4 hours by myself on a blue sky, sunshine, nature all around me. I got really fucking high. I did acid. It was awesome, dude. It was one of the best summers ever.
Yeah,
I can imagine doing acid on a 4-wheeler would be an interesting thing.
I'll tell you what, I was there the first time he did it, and Doug's not an outdoor fan at all, like doing outdoor stuff and 4-wheeling and stuff like that. When he got the 4-wheeler and he went out the first day and took acid, like
I was high as fuck, dude.
It completely changed his outlook on nature and the outdoors and that. But when the pandemic broke out, I just broke up with like my girlfriend of a year, and I gotta say, like bringing me and Doug closer, this pandemic has been one of the best things because every day me and Doug were either swimming, fishing, 4-wheeling, just going out hanging out. It was really awesome. It brought us close together.
So welcome to episode 19.
Do you believe in love after love?
I can feel something inside myself.
I can feel something inside myself. Really don't think
Did you think you're strong enough? Oh, hello. Oh, what's that? Oh, hello.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Is that mushrooms? Oh my God, could you send me some?
And now we're going down the rabbit
A
hole.
little microdosing.
Okay,
I'm gonna do a little microdose here.
timestamp. Oh man, this sucks, dude. I just did a bong hit. It's not gonna be as fun. Oh, dude, I hate your. Oh God, I love you.
Oh, taste horrible.
Doesn't matter. For the next 8 hours, you're gonna feel amazing.
Oh, so let me tell you about Doug's worst trip this year, or of 2020. So there's a new burger joint that opens up in town, and Doug calls me up.
Called Burger King.
Well, no, I won't say the name because evidently we don't say names on this podcast. So he calls me up and he's like, "Hey, you want to go and get the burger here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He goes, like it was silence on the phone. He goes, "I'm gonna take acid," and I go, "Whatever, I don't give a fuck."
It's not what happened.
Anyway, it's irrelevant to the fucking the story. So
well, now I want to hear. Now I want to hear Doug's version. Doug, go.
Originally, Paul and I planned on going fishing that day. That was the plan, and I was thinking about microdosing. But what I had was it was a Pez tab, a little piece of Pez candy that had it dropped on it, and I didn't know how to microdose it without destroying the actual product, with it breaking into dust. So I said, fuck it, I won't take it today. I'm going out with Paul, and I don't know if it's gonna how strong it is because the summer before, I had a big sheet of acid that I got as a gift, and I would take little tiny pieces every day and just microdose to where I was like nice and level, and it wasn't strong or anything like that, and that's what I was used to. So I put this down, and I said, fuck it, we're gonna go fishing, we're gonna have a good day, I'm not gonna take it. And I started driving towards Paul's place. And I realized halfway out, it was looking like it was going to rain, like a bad rainstorm. Clouds were dark and shit. And I called Paul and I said, I don't know if we're going to be able to go on the boat today. The weather's starting to look real bad as I get closer to you. And Paul said, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I said, maybe I'll just go home and relax today. No big deal. And he said, all right, man. And I went home and I decided, fuck it. I got nothing going on. I took it. I called for whatever reason. As it kicked in, it was like maybe an hour. I felt really good all over, and I thought, fuck it, this is awesome. Maybe Paul wants to have lunch at this new place that opened up tonight. Like, I called him feeling really relaxed, like I could handle it. This is how I remember it. I could be wrong. But I called Paul, and I said, hey, this new place opened up across the street. I said, you want to go try it and have something to eat at least and not ruin the entire day? And he said, sure. And that's where I will let Paul continue.
So I show up at his place, and you know, he tells me he's on acid, whatever. And we go across the street, and as we start walking across the street, Like
this
he's
story
he's
makes
just
me
like
nervous to
he's just
think
like
about.
he's just like, oh man, it's starting to hit me hard, and I'm like, okay, like I don't give a shit what Doug does. Like I don't care what anybody does. Dude, it's like whatever. So we get in the restaurant and like it's packed because this is like a small town grand opening. So we walk into the crowded restaurant and Doug's doing good.
Paul's rattled though.
I'm not rattled at all. I'm actually unaffected. So
No, he's just sober, John.
yeah. Yeah. So we sit down and Doug's okay. Doug's great. And then all of a sudden
He's not okay. He's sober.
you watch it turn and it literally happens in an instant where his trip goes bad. And he just starts sweating like
Oh shit!
it's a waterfall, and he's getting nervous, and he starts conveying to me like he's like, dude, I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, yeah, I got it, I could tell. And he's like, really? Do you think other people could tell? I'm like, yeah, I think so. So I get up to go to the bathroom, and I come back, and we're sitting there, and he's just freaking out. He's like, do you think other people could tell? By this time, he's amassed a pile, no shit, like 10 inches high, of the napkins from the napkin holder, because he's taking napkins, soaking them with sweat, and then just throwing them and piling them up on the table. And he's like, I think I'm doing really good. I don't think anybody knows. And I'm like, I think the mountain of sweat napkins is giving it away, Doug. And then it just got real bad to where like he's like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here right fucking now. It was fantastic. And then I left to go buy a pack of smokes up at the gas station. And when I left, oh my god, I thought he was pissed when I got back because the locals are now talking to him. I left him in this state by himself.
Oh no.
And the locals just started talking to him, and they thought that he was fucking with them, and he thought they were fucking with him. And it was just beautiful to walk into and watch play out.
That experience traumatized me for a week, dude. Like I will never, and that was the time that experience was enough for me to never want to do that drug again. I actually told Paul the next day after waking up, I was so fucked up from it that I called him and I said, "Hey, I'm coming up to get the 4-wheeler. I need to go for a drive and just get into the water." And he went with me. I remember stopping and saying to him, like, I'm at the point in my life now where I know what I can do, what I can't do, what I can handle, and what I can't handle. And I said, last night told me one thing: I can't handle doing that drug anymore. Like it's too much for me.
Like acid, man. I mean, I've done my fair share of it, but like, I really do not like LSD. I think,
small doses.
I like psilocybin because
I do too.
You have a nice experience, you have a nice trip, you get some nice, wonderful, like borderline visuals, trails and shit, but you don't see shit that isn't there. You get a nice body high.
See,
and you have a really good time, and it's something you can control.
I think my perspective on drugs is different than you guys. I think my perspective on drugs is different than all of you guys. My first drug that I ever did was LSD. Like, I just skipped a whole bunch of steps and just started doing acid. And then 2 weeks later, a girl I was dating was like, here, try this weed. And I was like, well, this is useless. It was nothing like the acid, so weed did nothing for me at all. At least so I thought that day. But you guys have gone down different paths drug-related than I did. After my multitude of bad trips.
You want to talk about drugs. Let's talk about drugs.
No, I'm saying after I had bad trips, that was it for me, dude. I had a trip where I was... The only way I can describe it was I could see myself, like from a three-quarter perspective. I'm looking down at myself, and my girlfriend at the time is screaming. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then I snapped out of it, and I literally had a knife against my wrist in my kitchen. Like, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, you've always been a lot darker. Like, when it comes to, like, experiences like you go down a darker path than most people. Yeah, I remember the first time I met you, when you were living in the apartment over by where I worked. I remember you had broken up with your girlfriend. You were living with Brady and I think Justin maybe at the time. Donko had just lost a bunch of weight.
I'd
And
probably
you
set
came
something
over-
on fire.
You started drinking, and you called me to tell me you were drinking, and you said you should come over. And I remember driving over concerned because that's how I was acting when with new friends. Like I jumped headfirst into giving a shit, and I walked into you throwing a fucking machete into your coffee table in the living room, just fucking whipping a goddamn machete. That's my knife table right there, man.
Yeah, it was a fun night. It was later that week. Justin wrote that song with his band Ronin King, where it starts off with kicking back and forth a bowl of fire on the back porch, because he came home to me literally taking lighter fluid and putting it in a copper bowl and then kicking it at Brady, and we were playing Kick the Bowl of Fire. You know, I when I get fucked up, I generally tend to go pretty dark, unfortunately. That's why I don't get fucked up anymore.
I remember being in that apartment with you and John and Brady playing poker. Like, you used to have a poker table at that apartment. And
Yeah.
I remember you had that digital surround sound going all around the apartment, and Nine Inch Nails with Teeth had just came out.
Yep.
And you were drinking, and John you were really fucking hammered. You were funny as fuck that night too.
Right Where It Belongs version 2.
Yes. And that song came on, and it ended. The whole fucking song went through, and then you got up and like, I don't remember if you had a controller or whatever, or you manually did it, but I remember you went and put that song on repeat and sat down and looked at all of us seriously, like, I'm gonna tell you why this song means something. And you went like word by word, like the douchiest way you could do it. But I understand because you're upset. But like, I remember, like, I just met you, and I'm like, I don't know what to fucking make it. You know, the only other time I ever felt like that was with John at a hotel on fucking Palm Beach Boulevard with some dude I met through John and Skylar at the smoke shop who claimed he was the fucking psychic. And we went to a fucking hotel there to have some kind of goddamn seance. Do you remember this, John?
I'd laugh if John was like, no, this isn't real. That never happened.
Please, Todd, tell me you remember this, John.
John, I've heard this story so many times, and if you're like, no, that never happened.
He's frozen. He's frozen.
If he's not frozen, he's the best actor in the world.
Oh my god, I hate him so much.
If he's not frozen, he's Ray Liotta quality right now.
I fucking
fuck
hate
Ray
John
Liotta.
so much.
He's got to be frozen.
It's the best frozen face ever.
I'm not frozen.
You're back. You're back. That was
I'm
great.
not frozen. What the fuck?
That was fucking fantastic.
Fucking best night of my life. The only thing that would have been better is if we'd got that dog peanut butter thing from 2 weeks ago on video. Oh.
I was like, at first I was thinking like, man, the mushrooms, he's really still when he's on mushrooms. That hit him quick. Just.
Oh man. Yeah,
Doug, not only do I remember that, dog, but I drive by that hotel on a weekly fucking basis, and every time I pass by that hotel, this is me in my car. Just I look over at it, and I, son of a bitch. What a fucking weird night that was. That was such. We should. I can't even begin to tell you this fucking story of this night that me and Doug got roped into doing a fucking seance with these two guys we barely knew. I knew this guy from the mall because I worked at the mall, and he stories and shit. I've never been to a seance where towards the end of the seance, he's like coercing me into like answering questions like, well, what did you see when you closed your eyes? Did you see the ladder? Did you see the doorway? Did you see the wooden door? Tell me you saw the wooden door. I don't remember the kid's name that this whole fucking fantasy story was built around, but he started to like try to like implant shit into my head while asking me questions, and I was like, I fucking closed my eyes. I I saw black. I saw nothing but darkness.
Man, me and
Okay.
What happens when you close your goddamn eye?
I gotta touch on this. Do you remember?
Oh,
he
did
brought
you see the orange trash can?
Come on.
Fucking 35 millimeters from the fucking door. That was fucking Taylor's trash can that his dad hit him over the head with. You don't remember that? You didn't see that? What the fuck are you talking about? No. Saw blackness. Sage you right in this room isn't going to make me see nothing else.
I will tell you that.
Fucking, what a ridiculous night. That is like, Jesus, dude, those are like 4 hours of my life that I will fucking never get back. I'm getting older. I'm getting fatter. I am very unhealthy. Those 4 hours, one day very soon, I'll just be sitting there like, God damn it, why did I agree to go to a shady no-tell motel and do a seance? Two dudes I rarely fucking knew and Doug.
And can I tell you?
What the fuck?
Do you remember the guy that he brought with him? The guy that we brought with him came with a cane. He was
Gippy! Oh yeah, old Gippy. Yeah, Gippy. He had like he lost his leg in the Great Mill accident of 1968. Yeah, I remember him.
This guy had to have been in his late 30s, early 40s. If we were in our early to mid 20s, they were in their late 30s, early 40s. But this guy had a body like a meth addict, and he was all crinkled up and short and tiny. And I remember when we started, when we sat down, and the one guy that started this whole thing with the I can't think of his name now, but the guy with the ponytail started the story.
Oh, that's Skylar. Skylar knew because Skylar used to play fucking Dungeons and Dragons with them and was like, dude, go. He tells best stories. It'll be fucking entertaining. Now, granted, getting us into the seance was like really creepy and like really cool. I mean, he tried to sell it, but the moment he was like, you saw the trash can, didn't you? And I was like, buddy, I didn't see shit. Like
this guy used to come into the smoke shop. Skylar knew, but Skylar told John and me at one point that this guy was like a real deal. I think he was like a real deal, like psychic or medium or whatever. And at the time, Bob and I were watching. Oh, I was watching Ghost Hunters International, and for whatever reason, Skylar started telling us about this dude. And this dude came into the smoke shop a few times and started giving us this rap about how when he was 19, I think, he was in a psychiatric ward and he started having visions of some girl.
No, it was a guy. It was like a little boy.
Okay.
I just want to say,
a little boy who something very terrible happened to this little boy. We were trying to crack the mystery of what happened to him.
Can I tell you, I've been telling this story the wrong way for years now that I know that. For whatever reason, this guy came to the story and would give us this rap about this story. And it was I'll be honest with you, in the smoke shop, when he would tell the story without all the dramatic and theatrics, it was an interesting story.
Yeah.
It was a well-told story.
It was a really interesting, yeah.
And then
absolutely.
He's like, well, you know, I've always had this. He's just like, I've always had this ability to like to be in contact with certain entities or life forms that are still alive, but in other locations and that. And I remember him broaching the idea of splitting the cost of a hotel room to have a seance. He broached the idea. He's like, well, I can like perform this on command for you guys if you want. That's what he made it seem like. So I fucking jumped at it because I was a big fucking believer at the time. And John went along with me. And this dude brought this gippy little dude with him. And throughout the entire, like, we got a really shitty hotel room at the second floor of this really shitty hotel. And I think it was like a one bedroom, if I'm not mistaken. And we were all like, cross-legged in a circle on the floor, holding each other's hands. And this dude is walking us through it. He's like, close your eyes. He's counting down. He's got one of those pendulum timers going back and forth. And he says,
They burned sage. Yeah, they burned. I remember they burned sage in the room, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
He was
That
burning
smells like
sage.
shit. Put that shit out.
He was burning sage and smoking cigarettes at the same time in the room. It was totally counterproductive.
Well, little Tyler, 13-year-old boy, was trying to figure out what happened to him. He really likes the smell of sage and cigarettes, apparently.
So this guy claims that this little boy that he's been having visions of that he can communicate with is alive somewhere. He just doesn't have the coordinates to where, but he's able to communicate with
Not that he's alive somewhere.
Or he knows
it was basically that he was murdered.
He knows where his remains are located.
And he knows where his remains are. It's never been solved, and he's trying to crack the mystery. That was the whole premise of the shit.
We're holding hands, and he starts tells us to close his eyes. He's putting that pendulum timer thing on, and he's burning the sage. And he said something like, in your mind, go to your garden or whatever. And the dude that he brought along with him, he's got his eyes closed and he's squeezing our hands tighter than tight. He's wearing a wife beater and blue jeans and nothing else. And he's scrawny as fuck with like a progeria kid-sized head. I'm not being offensive. I'm just trying to give context to what it would look like. And he's sitting there holding our hands and he says, I'm going to my grove. I call it my grove. And the dude that started this whole thing's like, no, it's a garden. You call it a garden. I remember thinking, like, what fucking difference does it make, man? Where it's all bananas when you look at it.
Bob, I think a great addition for this podcast is in every single square, like right above all of our heads, is an impaired meter.
Have a laugh track.
Like
have a laugh track.
Like an old Street Fighter 2 like life bar where we could show like where on the bar you're impaired.
Yeah, I'm like down here.
Me and you are pushing the death on the sobriety meter.
I'm actually gonna have to jet in a second. I gotta go take more pills because no, fuck that shit, dude. No.
Hungry Howie's?
No, I had Domino's for dinner. It was fucking awful.
Hungry Howie's?
No. I heard you say it the first time, but no. No, I'm still not having Hungry Howie's.
And I said to Doug, I'm like, you're really going to give all this to Ralph? And he's like, yeah, he's just going to come in. If you want anything, take it. I literally went and grabbed all the boxes of comics and loaded them up in my car. Because I'm like, you sure you don't want any money for this? Doug's like,
I forgot this. I forgot the story.
Doug's like, just take it. Just take it, and it's yours. I don't care. I don't want any money. And I'm like, all right, cool. I went back to South Carolina, and I sold his collection for $1,400. So it paid for all my gas for that entire trip up to Michigan, down back to Florida, and back up to South Carolina.
That's horrible. Here's the thing. If you're forced to have anal sex for a child, you're not going to appreciate it as an adult. I miss Ralph. Good night, guys.